righty, buddy. Thanks for joining in this morning. I hope your weekend is starting out good. So we have a barn burner of a game this Sunday. It's I know some people like to call things like this a tank bowl and stuff like that. I like to call it the toilet bowl. This is the NFL's version of the opposite version of the Super Bowl. This is the toilet bowl we have this Sunday with the New York Jets facing the Jacksonville Jaguars. Both teams are 3-10. Both teams' seasons have been over for a long time. And so this game is only going to be really for the few Jacksonville Jaguar fans that actually exist and New York Jet fans, hardcore Jet fans that just want to watch them because they're just hardcore Jet fans. And that's what we do on Sundays. We watch our team embarrass themselves, embarrass us as a fan base, and embarrass the organization. So let's go ahead and I'll start out by, before I tell you who I think is going to win the game and all this other stuff, let's go over some team stats between both of these teams. Okay, so we have points scored per game. The Jets are 25th in the league. The Jags are 26th. The Jets are averaging 19.3 points per game. That's pathetic. And the Jags are averaging 18.3 points per game. That's even worse. Total yards per game. The Jets are averaging 299. Jags are 297, and that is 27th and 28th respectively in the league. Both are very at the bottom, of course. Passing yards per game, Jets are 19th in the league, averaging 212.8 yards a game. The Jags are 24th in the league, and they are averaging 198.2 yards per game. Rushing yards per game, the New York Jets are the 31st. In case you don't know, there's 32 teams, so there's only one more team worse than them. They're averaging 87 yards per game. The Jags are 26th in the league, not much better, but a little bit better, and they're averaging 98.9 yards per game. Time of possession, Jets are 27th in the league, holding onto the ball an average of 29.11 minutes per game, and the Jags are 32nd, and they're holding onto the ball even less time at 26.12, making them 32nd in the league, as I said. Points against per team, and now this is the defense, what they're allowing. Jets are allowing 23.1 points per game, and when they're only averaging 19.3 points per game, you can do the math. That's why they're 3-2. That puts the Jets at 20th in the league, and the Jags are 28th. They're averaging to 26.5 points per game. So you can see why they're even worse, but they managed to have the same record as the Jets. So anyway, now total yards per game, which is really kind of a meaningless stat to me. I mean, who cares? You can have 1,000 yards and you score no points like the Jets do, and you lose. But the Jets are averaging 306 yards per game. The Jags are the defense, they're allowing 306 yards per game. And the Jags are allowing 396 yards per game. So that puts them at dead last in the league. The Jets defense on paper looks good with that kind of a stat, but they're not good. Okay. So let's just get that out of the way. They're not good. The passing yards per game, the Jets are allowing 186.92, which once again puts them at fourth in the league. And the Jags are allowing 263 passing yards per game. The last few games, they've been much better, though, but I'm just going on the seasonal average where they're at right now. Rushing yards, the defense is allowing 119.9 yards per game. That's the Jets defense, putting them right in the middle of the pack at 16. And the Jags are 132.6 yards per game, putting their defense at 24th. Just a shade worse, but it is worse. And, of course, the Jets are 7th in the league with 37 sacks. And the Jags are 29th in the league with 24.5 sacks. And last but not least, interceptions. The Jets are 31st in the league with only 2 interceptions. I can't even believe that stat is correct, but it is. And the Jags are 28th. They only have 5 interceptions so far. Now, what we have here is a stink bowl, is what this is going to be. It just boils down, in my opinion, this boils down to not who wants to lose the game, because, we all want to think that they're professionals and nobody really wants to lose, but they still are human beings. So how many guys are really going to be out there giving it their all? I want to think they all do, but I know that's bullshit. They don't. They're not going to. There's guys there that are probably thinking about next season already. Well, I don't want to get hurt here. I'd like to pad my stats maybe, so my next team that maybe wants me, I look good, I look better. But I don't think there's going to be anybody out there that's really throwing their neck on the line. You may have a player here or there that does, that still has some pride in their team, in their game. I don't know. But anyway, so this to me is a game that who should lose, not who wants to lose. And of course, being a Jet fan, it's another one of those games where I'm kind of torn in the middle because I hate when I sit there and hope for like Rodgers to get sacked. I mean, I'm a Jet fan and I'm sitting there hoping, well, how did you miss that sack or why'd you drop that pick? It feels like it makes me feel kind of dirty, like I'm rooting against the team. But on the other hand, I don't want them to win because we're fighting for draft position here. This season is over, and I understand there's a lot of Jet fans out there. They're going to root for them to win till the end, and I can respect that. But I don't sit there and watch Jet games hoping for them to lose or even wishing for them to lose. I just sit there and I go, man, losing this game would be better for the team, better for the organization. That's just the way that I feel. And I'm very strongly feeling about, I don't want Rodgers to somehow, and I like Aaron Rodgers. He, as a Packer, whatever his career was there, I'm not a Packer fan, but everybody knows Aaron Rodgers, knows his career, his accomplishments, I guess, whatever. But he has not done that here. And I really, as much as I hate to say it, I'm just being honest, I don't want to see him throw for 500 yards for the next couple of games in a row so they can have an excuse to bring him back again. My last video, I made it clear what I think because of money and as contract and to look further down the road, I think it's time to cut their losses with this guy. So it's just a funny kind of thing. I don't want them to lose, but I don't mind if they do lose, if you know what I mean. But you can see that stat line for all the offense and defense, they're very similar. The Jets are ahead in a few things, but not by much. Jags maybe a little bit ahead here or there. Of course, they don't have Trevor Lawrence because he just got whacked the other couple of weeks ago again on a very dirty hit. I can't even remember the guy's name, but that was just it was a dirty hit. It was a dirty hit, obviously. So he's out. They got Mac Jones in. I don't even think Mac Jones was that bad as a Patriot. I just think that, to me, in my opinion, and I'm going to say this forever, I don't like the way the NFL does their draft. I think they're ruining some of these young kids' careers. I know there's not a lot of Jet fans that were Zach Wilson fans. I like Zach. I thought he's got a lot of talent. He's just very green. He's very raw. He needed to grow 2-3 years maybe with a team. But when you let these teams, these bad teams draft these young kids coming out of college with so much hope and so much talent and they just get destroyed and ruined, it's just something I think sucks. I think, and I don't know if anybody agrees with me or not. You can leave me a comment after my video. I'm getting kind of off topic here, but I'm going to say something that I'll probably someday make a video on. Is I would like to see the NFL go to like a draft lottery, whereas even the worst team doesn't always get to ruin the next young guy's career, like kind of the NBA does it, and I think hockey does it that way too, where it's almost like a lottery. Like there's a bunch of ping pong balls in a thing. They pull one out. And of course, if you're the worst team, you have more ping pong balls than the best team does. But there's still that chance that somebody mid or a little bit better than that can pick up one of these young kids and let them sit and grow their career. I just think the NFL, not purposely, but I think it's ruining some of these kids' careers. So, but anyway, I got off target on that. So, but I thought Mac was pretty good in New England, but I just don't think he got the same shot that Zach did in New York. They're thrown out there to the wolves, and look what's happening to these guys. I refuse to believe that these young kids coming out of college just can't handle the NFL. I just think it's the situation they're put in, and it's ruining their careers. What could be a good career. A lot of these kids will never know if they would have had a good career or not. So, but anyway, that's another topic. But, anyway, here's the point in the video where I have to predict who I think is going to win. And I'm going to say this now because I really do think that this is what's going to happen. I think that Jacksonville going to win this ball game. They're home. I just think that their defense is somehow it's been playing better. They won last week. They beat Tennessee, who is another pathetic team, but they still won. The Jets, I think, have lost 8 or 9 of their last 10 games, something like that. 8 of their last 9, 9 of the last 10, or something like that. They're just absolutely terrible. And Jacksonville's no better. But I think this is just going to be one of those games where it's going to be a mistake. like a Rodgers pick or maybe a Mac Jones pick or a fumble here or there. I know Breece Hall's back. He's supposed to be playing, and I think Sauce is going to be back too. So that's going to help the secondary out somewhat. But I still think at the end of the day, as much as I hate to say it, it's not, I don't even know if it's because I'm wishing it or wanting it. I hope I'm not, that's not what it is. But I just think that Jacksonville will somehow eke this game out. It's going to be like a field goal. It may be even an overtime game, 10-10, if somebody makes a mistake and loses the game. But I don't think the Jets will win this ball game. But I do also think that this is kind of a toss-up because you've got two pathetic football teams here. And it's just going to be a stink bowl. It's going to be the toilet bowl of the week. And we'll see who comes out with the golden, with the golden roll of toilet paper. And that's going to be the toilet bowl champion. And I don't know. We'll see who wins it. I'm not sure if it's even going to be a good game, but, we'll all watch. Jet fans will watch it. Jacksonville fans will watch it. We'll get through it. And we'll see what happens at the end. But anyway, leave me a comment below. Let me know what you think about anything I said in my video. Sorry about getting on a little bit of a rant there, but a lot of things that I want to talk about, and I'll probably make videos about someday down the road. But anyway, thanks for listening. Hit that like button if you enjoyed the video, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. It helps me out a lot. I really appreciate it. And by the way, I appreciate all you guys' comments and everything. Everybody have a great day, and I will be talking to you after the game. Bye now.